Technology feels frozen because the future arrived wearing a beige hoodie and asking you to accept cookies. That is the great disappointment of our age. We were promised flying cars, moon cities, robot butlers, underwater hotels, pocket translators, clean energy too cheap to meter, and perhaps a small personal hovercraft for trips to the grocery store. Instead, we got 6 streaming services, two-factor authentication, a phone that is slightly thinner than the last phone, and a refrigerator that can send passive-aggressive messages about milk. This is why people say technology seems frozen. They look around and feel that the world has stopped changing in the big, visible, thrilling ways. The computer got better, the phone got better, the software got stickier. Yet the physical world around us often feels strangely familiar. The roads look the same. The airports look worse. The trains are still late. Houses are still expensive. Commercial flights are not much faster than they were decades ago. We are still typing into rectangles like medieval monks, except the monastery now has push notifications and worse posture. The feeling is real. It also needs some sorting. Technology is still moving. In some fields, it is moving at a speed that would make a medieval astronomer fall into a hedge. Artificial intelligence, biotech, robotics, satellite systems, batteries, drones, and material science are all changing quickly. But much of that change is hidden behind screens, inside supply chains, inside labs, inside servers, or inside machines we never see. The public does not experience it as majesty. The public experiences it as software updates. And software updates are a poor substitute for wonder. Part of the problem is that the last great wave of visible technology was so dramatic. From roughly the late 1800s through the mid-1900s, ordinary life changed in ways that were loud, physical, and impossible to miss. Electricity entered homes, cars replaced horses, airplanes crossed oceans, radio filled rooms with voices, movies moved, antibiotics saved lives, rockets left Earth. Refrigerators, washing machines, telephones, highways, elevators, and indoor plumbing changed the texture of daily life. That kind of change struck the senses. You could hear it, smell it, ride in it, stand beneath it, watch it cross the sky. A person born into a world of horse carts might live long enough to see jet aircraft and nuclear power. That is the kind of civilizational whiplash that makes the soul grab a railing. Our age has changed too, but it often enters through the narrow door of the screen. The new machine is usually an app. The new service is usually a subscription. The new achievement is often a model, a chip, a back-end system, a warehouse robot, or a logistics trick that makes socks arrive faster from a place whose name sounds like a password. Useful? Yes. Awe-inspiring? Only if your spirit has been raised by procurement software. The second reason technology seems frozen is that we have become better at refining old things than creating new categories of things. Take the smartphone. It was a true breakthrough as a consumer object. It fused the phone, camera, map, radio, bookstore, arcade, bank, television, mailbox, and town square into one cursed little altar. That was huge. The first time a phone gave ordinary people constant internet access, GPS, video, messaging, and a camera, it changed behavior at the bone level. But after that, improvements became smaller: better camera, better screen, better battery, faster chip, more storage, a few new tricks. The magic became maintenance. A new phone today is often like a royal goblet that has been polished 3% brighter. Nice, expensive, still a goblet. This pattern shows up everywhere. Cars have better sensors, safer bodies, smoother engines, more computer control, and sometimes electric drivetrains. Yet most people still sit in traffic, gripping a wheel, praying to the ancient god of merging lanes. Airplanes are safer and more fuel-conscious, but they do not feel futuristic when you are eating pretzels beside a man who has decided the armrest is his ancestral estate. The third reason is regulation and risk. Modern technology does not move through an empty meadow. It moves through committees, liability concerns, environmental reviews, zoning boards, insurance models, compliance offices, permits, lawsuits, standards bodies, and agencies with acronyms that sound like minor Greek monsters. Some of this is good. Nobody wants bridges designed by vibes. Nobody wants medicine tested by a man named Chip in a parking lot. Complex societies need rules. They keep boilers from exploding and food from glowing in ways food should not glow. But rules also slow the arrival of new physical things. Software can move fast because it often does not need concrete, steel, land, or public approval. A company can change an app overnight. Try doing that with a nuclear plant, a train line, a factory, a housing project, or a new airport. The physical world has friction. That friction is sometimes wisdom. Sometimes it is cowardice wearing a reflective vest. So technology runs toward places where friction is low. It runs into screens. It runs into advertising systems. It runs into financial algorithms. It runs into cloud services. It runs into tools that extract attention because those can be built, tested, shipped, and monetized faster than a new bridge. This is one reason the world feels advanced and stagnant at the same time. We can build a machine that writes passable marketing copy in seconds, but we cannot build enough houses without summoning a municipal dragon. The fourth reason is economic incentives. A civilization gets the technology it rewards. If the biggest rewards go to apps, ads, subscriptions, finance, surveillance, and consumer platforms, then many of the brightest people will go there. They will not spend 20 years trying to build a better train tunnel when they can spend 2 years helping an app make people tap more often. That is not because they are evil. It is because incentives are a fence, and most people walk where the fence sends them. Modern technology is often aimed at capturing behavior rather than expanding the human world. That is why so many products feel like traps instead of tools. They do not amaze us, they nag us. They do not give us a new frontier, they give us a new dashboard. They do not open the heavens, they ask us to upgrade to premium. This is a grim little wizard bargain. We traded moon bases for better ad targeting. Somewhere, a 1950s engineer is staring down from the clouds, holding a slide rule, wondering why the toaster has Bluetooth but the train still takes forever. The fifth reason is that many deep advances are invisible until they stack up. This matters. Technology often looks frozen right before it suddenly seems obvious. Batteries improve slowly, then electric vehicles become normal. Rockets get cheaper after years of engineering pain, then launch costs fall and satellite networks spread. AI research crawls through many winters, then suddenly people are asking a machine to write wedding vows, legal summaries, code, jokes, and apologies to landlords. The public notices the fruit, not the roots. Right now, many roots are growing. Robotics is improving. AI is moving into coding, design, customer service, logistics, education, and media. Space systems are becoming more commercial and more militarily important. Medical tools are becoming more precise. Energy storage is improving. Drones are changing war, farming, inspection, mapping, and delivery. Advanced manufacturing is slowly changing how parts are made. Sensors are entering everything. The future is not absent. It is unevenly distributed, badly marketed, and often hidden inside a warehouse. A warehouse is a terrible cathedral. Very useful. Spiritually, it has the charm of a shoebox with forklifts. There is also a cultural reason technology seems frozen. We have lost some of the old confidence that technology should serve greatness. Earlier industrial civilization had many faults. It was dirty, brutal, and often careless. Let us not put a halo on coal smoke. Still, it had a visible appetite for scale. It built grand stations, huge bridges, dams, ships, towers, factories, libraries, and public works. It believed that material achievement could carry civic meaning. A bridge was a bridge, but it was also a sermon in steel. Today, many technologies are private, sealed, and miniaturized. They do not create shared grandeur. They create personal convenience. Convenience is pleasant, but it is rarely inspiring. A society can drown in convenience and still feel starved for wonder. This is why old train stations often feel more futuristic than new office parks. The old ones were built as if the public mattered. The new ones are built as if the spreadsheet had a panic attack. So when people say technology feels frozen, they often mean something deeper than, "Where is my jetpack?" They mean the visible world has stopped promising greatness. They mean tools have become smaller while systems have become more annoying. They mean every device is smarter, but daily life feels more cramped, more managed, more rented, more mediated. That feeling is not silly. It is a signal. The answer is not to hate technology. That is too easy, and usually said by people who still want dental anesthesia. The answer is to ask what kind of technology we want, and what kind of civilization can build it. We should want technology that expands human agency in the real world. Faster transportation, better housing, cleaner energy, stronger infrastructure, humane digital tools, medical breakthroughs, space industry, machines that reduce drudgery without turning every person into a data cow in a glowing barn. We should also want beauty. This sounds decorative, but it is serious. Beauty tells people that the world is worth inhabiting. A society that builds ugly machines, ugly buildings, ugly websites, and ugly routines eventually teaches its people to expect ugliness. Then it wonders why nobody feels inspired. That is like feeding a swan motor oil and acting shocked when it stops singing. Technology feels frozen because much of it has been poured into screens, management systems, and marginal improvements. The great physical breakthroughs are harder now. They face money, law, risk, and institutional fatigue. Meanwhile, invisible advances keep gathering power beneath the floorboards. The future is still coming. The question is whether it will arrive as a kingdom of wonder or as another app with a monthly plan. That choice belongs to engineers, builders, artists, lawmakers, investors, teachers, parents, and ordinary people who still have enough soul left to say, "No, I do not want a smarter toaster. I want a better world." And honestly, the toaster was doing fine.